We're going to go back in time. We're going to take a look at the episodes or the events that led up to what's now happened between Dutch Mantell and Robert Fuller. After we see that, we're going to be talking to Mr. Dutch Mantell. But right now, let's go back in time to the beginning of the stud stable's disintegration.
He didn't tell me that.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Well, he didn't tell me that.
I'm telling you now, Dutch.
Well, hey, he didn't tell me you was going to do it.
Just do like you're told. Okay?
No, not do what I told. Hey, don't start like you did the other night, okay?
Let me tell you something. If I start like I did the other night, I'll finish it, too.
You do it. You do all the talking, okay?
Yeah, hey, look here. Hey, Tom, once I'm talking to you up there, you ain't man enough to do your own fighting.
Speaking of the Ersatz Tennessee stud, there he is. So he has made his appearance here, and that must be Mr. Ronald Snively with him. And apparently they are going over to pick out some seats. Meanwhile, Danny Davis moving very swiftly against Dutch Mantell. Okay, they're checking their seats. Well, I guess there's not much we can say about that, except I wish they'd sit down and give the folks behind them a chance to see what's going on in the ring.
They are taking their seats at front row ringside, as Jimmy Golden told me a few moments ago.
All right. He's shouting some encouragement there. And again, Golden and Mantel having a little bit of a problem. Well, I'm surprised that Davis or somebody doesn't take advantage of that. Well, wait a minute now. What do we got going on here?
Looks like Mantel's going out to the boss man to say, what are my legal rights here?
Because he's trying to figure out who's telling who what to do. Meanwhile, in the ring, Detroit Demolition and Jimmy Golden punishing Jason Walker. Now Golden outside, and we've got, as you can see across the ring, we've got something here that, we've got a brawl starting here outside the ring. Golden and Mantel, and it is Fuller right in between the two of them. He better not be. Well, I'll tell you what, his body is crossing the plane of that barrier. Robert Fuller has been suspended from wrestling here on Continental Championship Wrestling. However, he paid for some time to make some statements. And I think, in all fairness to everybody concerned, including your curiosity and mine, let's give a listen now to the paid comments of Robert Fuller.
All right, Mantel, I'm going to talk straight to you, son. Another paid public announcement, not by the stable, because the part of the stable that really counted, I'm talking about myself and Golden, has been busted all to pieces. And it's because of you, Buster Brown, you ugly-looking piece of horse meat. And I'm going to promise you one thing, Mantel, I want you to listen very clearly to me. Just as sure as you double-cross my beloved cousin, I'm talking about Jimmy Golden, one of the finest men on earth. I think my brother is garbage when it comes to what I think of my cousin, Jimmy Golden. One half of the greatest tag team of all time. Not the Southern Boys could split us, not in the Nightmares, not in the RPMs. It took nobody to split us but one dirty, stinking, low-down dog like you, man. Just as sure as whiskers grow on your body, and as sure as I took the dollars out of my pocket and laid them down, baby, to be standing here talking, I'm going to take care of your career. Hostile, son. I'm talking about finishing it, and for good. Get me off here, boys.
You know, a famous American once said, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty I'm free at last. And Robert Fuller's been running around. There's two sides to every story. And he says nobody could split him and his beloved cousin. The Nightmares couldn't do it. The RPMs couldn't split him up. Not even his own brother, Ron, could split him and Jimmy up. But I'm proud to say today that it wasn't Wendell Cooley, it wasn't Danny Davis, and it wasn't the Southern Boys that messed them up. It was me, and I'm proud to say it. They didn't do it. I did it. Now, Robert, I know about you, brother. You know, it wasn't you, Robert, that shot that traffic light at in Meridian. It was me. And it wasn't you, Robert, that pulled them bikers off of you down there in Pensacola. It was me. And it wasn't you, Robert, that knocked that guy out in Knoxville, Tennessee. It was me. See, I was always taking up for Robert, and now he wants to turn it all back around to me. Robert, I'm waiting for you. Your cousin is gone, Jimmy. But I got it all geared down to you. Whoa, we got company. We got company. Wait a minute. Before it goes too far, I want to tell everybody in this building. Hey, Demolition, brother, my quarrel ain't with you. It ain't with you. You're not even involved. You're a Johnny-come-lately. You come and join the stable. Now, hey, I don't have no problem with you whatsoever. But I'm going to tell you right now, the stud stable is no more. There's no such thing as a stud stable anymore. I want to go down and say that right now for the history books. And what I want to know, I don't want no trouble. But I want to ask you, since you're here, I want to ask you, are you going to stay with Robert Fuller? What are you going to do? Now, I'm asking you straight up, hey, come on now. I don't want you driving nails into a board or something. I can't read your mind. What are you going to do?
Hey, wait a minute. We've got a battle here between Detroit Demolition and Dirty Dutch Mantell. And Mantel thought he had a friend coming in the ring, but I guess that's not the case. And, brother, we've got some wild action now. We've got a pair sixer going. And it is really flailing away, both men pounding away at each other. And it is Mantel continuing it. He's got the Detroit Demolition. Ooh, wait a minute. Who's this? Lord Humongous has just hit the ring. Lord. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That doesn't look like Lord Humongous. That doesn't. He's almost as big as Lord Humongous, but it sure doesn't look like. Oh, man, brother. They are tearing Mantel to pieces now. Mantel driven back to the canvas. Mantel caught again 2-on-1, but now tying him in the ropes. This fellow is nearly as big as. Oh, come on! This is the ultimate humiliation. The ultimate humiliation, slapping a man across the face. Well, I don't know, but that sure as heck isn't Lord Humongous. I wish I could get a handle on that. Now Detroit well, we got to put a stop to this. Aha! Those trunks, let me check that walk. Look at that curly brown hair. I'll tell you what, Shirley. That isn't Lord Humongous, and I think I have an idea who it is.
I think it is the former head of the former stable.
Okay, now you've seen a history of what's happened in the stud stable. And the man who had much to do with that, obviously, is with us right now, Dirty Dutch Mantell.
Well, I heard y'all say blood is thicker than water. Well, I guess it is because Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller were cousins, and I guess they have been all their life. They've been related, and they can't take it now that they're separated. But they've separated a lot of teams, and they always say turnabout is fair play. Now, Robert Fuller right now finds himself in a strange situation because he's on his own. He's got to do his own work right now. He's got to pull the plow all by himself. He's never done it before. He's always had Jimmy Golden or Dutch Mantell or somebody else pulling the plow for him, and now he's all hitched up to it all by himself, and now he's in a quandary. He don't know what to do. Well, I'm going to tell you what to do, Robert Fuller, is not mess with me because you picked the wrong guy to play the game with because I played a lot of rough games in my life, and I've always come out on top. Now, I've took bumps, and I've been hit and knocked down and spit on and had beer cans thrown at me, thrown out of trains and taxis and denied access to hotels. All that has happened to me. That is nothing new to me. But, Robert Fuller, it's all new to you, and I want you to look deep in my eyes. There ain't no fear right here. Because, Robert, I'm coming straight towards you, friend. I'm not going right, and I'm not going left. I'm coming straight to you. And if you think I'm lying, you're backing up. And I ain't going to come out here, and I didn't say a lot last week, because I got double-teamed. I got double-teamed by Detroit Demolition and they say, Lord humongous, but nobody can mistake that body except maybe Stevie Wonder. He may mistake it, but Robert Fuller, you got a body that stands out like a six-pack in a dry county. So if you want to play the game, you're going to play it my way, and we're going to have a fight, Fuller, and I guarantee you one thing, you're not going to win it. Thank you very much, Gordon, for having me out here as your guest. I got things to do right now. I'm on my way.
Thank you so very much, Dirty Dutch Mantell. And so the saga of this problem between Dirty Dutch Mantell and Robert Fuller is soon going to come to an end. No question about that. Something very special coming up right after we take this commercial break.